All righty. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This is Zebra Marketing. Laura Camrath here. I'm CEO of Zebra Marketing, and today we're going to talk about feasting on leads. And I'm sure we've all been there where, we have this sort of feast or famine cycle of leads. Sometimes it seems like we've got plenty of leads coming in. And then we get busy, and then perhaps we find there are times when we wish that there were more leads and more sales coming in, and we get this kind of roller coaster effect. And, it's a good time to think about our lead pipeline right now at Thanksgiving and our feasting on leads and just, how we're going to get those leads coming in, um, not just leads, but good quality, qualified leads who are ready to say yes and do business with you. So, again, my name's Laura Camrath. I'm with Zebra Marketing, and we're a full service marketing agency. We do everything from web design to lead generation strategies, which we're going to talk about here today, to content and social media strategies, LinkedIn, uh, SEO. We're doing really cool SEO with AI, which I'm going to talk about a little here today as well. And we've also we are also offering intent data, and we're going to talk about that a little here as well. So if you're watching on the live stream, please feel free to like, share, drop a comment below. I will be back to take a look at the comments and see if anybody has a question, I'm going to be back to answer it. So please feel free to drop your questions or your comments below, and I will be back to check in on those. Yeah, and just if you're enjoying this discussion here today, um, liking, sharing, send it to a friend who you think might be interested. Just helps us engage better as a community, and helps us to be more active together and help each other. All right. So I hope you guys all have an awesome Thanksgiving planned. It's Tuesday, Thanksgiving's on Thursday. So myself, I'm going to San Antonio to spend Thanksgiving with my sister and her husband and my mom and dad and my three nephews and niece who are between the ages of 9 and 18 months. So it'll be a boisterous and uh, probably noisy, fun Thanksgiving. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope you're all looking forward to your Thanksgiving as well and spending time with your loved ones or taking time for yourself. And feasting. Let's talk about feasting. Feasting on leads. All right. So I have a proposal here. Let me grab that. Just a moment. Okay. Okie dokie. So, um, let's talk about feasting on leads this fall. It's Thanksgiving, time for feasting, time for turkey and stuffing and food comas. Let me just let someone in here. All right. Glad you could join us, Monty. Thanks for hopping in.
Sure.
All right.
Thanks, Laura.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about feasting on leads. And we get that feast or famine sort of effect in our business sometimes, where sometimes it seems like we've got lots of leads coming in and lots of new projects and sales, and it's doing great. And then all of a sudden we find ourselves in this kind of um, uh, fasting period, the sort of roller coaster grinds to a halt, and we're not getting the leads in the door that we were hoping we would. And so let's talk about some strategies today that we're implementing with our customers that can help you have a more predictable pipeline so that you can consistently feast on leads, not only now in the holiday season, which I know for a lot of businesses, maybe the holidays kind of tends to slow down because everyone's thinking about the holidays and nobody wants to be in the office. It's
Yeah.
it's like, the holiday only really lasts like a couple days or a day or two, but just everyone's in that sort of checked out brain time, it's like we're all checked out in our brains because we would rather be eating turkey and thinking about Christmas shopping or holiday shopping. And and so a lot of times, like, even when I'm doing sales, I hear from people, oh, it just seems like too much to think about right now. But at the same time, January is coming, the new year is coming. Uh,
Yeah.
Q1 is barreling down the road and it will be here before we know it. And, what are we going to do to make sure we have a powerful, strong Q1 where we're feasting on leads? We're not in a feast or famine cycle where we kind of let things slide over the holidays and all of a sudden, boom, January comes around. We're ready to start the new year powerfully, and we didn't take the time to put in place a strategy for predictable leads and predictable growth for our business that's going to set us up for a powerful 2026.
Yeah.
So, how do we build a high-powered AI enhanced marketing system that turns traffic into leads predictably?
Yeah. No, that's certainly very interesting to learn, Laura. I think there is still some more time, I guess, between now and before Christmas. That some people may be tuned in and getting their attention, would be something good to have, and at least getting ready for deeper dive engagement in Jan. So
Hmm.
just don't want to rest up or take go
Yeah.
easy during the holidays.
But that's the other thing is if you have that strategy in place and you have a system, then, you're not going to have to do so much thinking about it because it's taken care of. And so then you can step back in the holidays and say, hey, I'm going to go spend some time with my family, or I'm going to go, eat some turkey or take some time for myself. And, it's not something that you have to worry about because you have a system, and that it's taken care of,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know? So that's the thing. And, I think as business owners, we tend to kind of worry about this, and it's something that we have to spend time on, and what are we going to do about it? But so it's something we all experience as business owners and business people. So many MSP owners, IT service providers, tech companies, B2B companies of all kinds, we experience this roller coaster of inconsistent pipeline growth. And some months you're turning clients away because you just don't have the capacity, or other months you're scrambling to fill the calendar. There's not that consistency. So here today, we're going to walk through a proven four-step lead generation system designed specifically for MSPs and IT service providers. Also works for other kinds of tech companies, B2B companies. This isn't a theory, it's a battle-tested framework built with AI and automation, with real
okay.
results in mind to give you a system. So today we're going to cover the system, and you'll leave with clarity on exactly how to transform your marketing from guesswork into a predictable growth engine. And at the end of the day, that's what we want is predictability. So we know that, come end of Q1, come end of 2026 that we will have met those KPIs that we're looking to meet. And we're going to have that revenue coming in that we were looking to generate. So my
Sure.
name's Laura Camrath. I'm the founder of Zebra Marketing. Um, I spent a 12-year career employed actually in the oil and gas industry. Previously, before I started my marketing business in 2015, uh, and did my MBA at Rice. And actually, I'm a former geologist. And
Oh,
uh, so I have experience working, I've worked in a lot of geological companies, engineering companies, and now I also work a lot with IT, cybersecurity, and tech companies who need those good qualified leads, and especially in the MSP space, need companies who are looking and ready to switch, that they're ready to look at a new provider who's going to do a more complete, better job for them. Or perhaps they're not satisfied with the provider that they currently have. Hopefully, that's not the case. But
yeah.
so specialization, we specialize in marketing automation and AI. We work with MSPs and IT professionals to help them put in place predictable strategies so that they can experience the hockey stick growth that they're looking for. I bring to the picture my, sort of analytical mindset. I'm a Pisces. I don't know like, who believes in star signs, but the Pisces is kind of like the two fish swimming in opposite directions. Like I have that creative that I blend with the sort of analytical so that you get, really in marketing, you kind of need that. You have to bring in the creative with the technical. So that's kind of
Yeah.
what I bring to it with my team. Uh, and then the opportunity this fall. This is the perfect time. Fall buying cycles create urgency for IT decisions before your year-end budget freezes. So people are planning their budgets for 2026 right now. So they want to know, what are we going to be spending money on? How can we plan? What are our goals and what is our plan to be able to meet them next year? So this is a perfect time for to reach those decision makers who are making the decisions about what they're gonna do in 2026 budget wise and for their planning. So marketing seasons change fast. We had pumpkin spice lattes, and by next week it's gonna be peppermint, whatever. Peppermint mocha or something.
Yeah.
The seasons are changing. It's marketing season. It's time for your customers to be making changes too. So you want to be thinking about that. This is not a time to just sit back and sort of flake out and sit and sip your pumpkin spice latte, but you want to be thinking about you want to be thinking about peppermint mochas.
Yeah.
Be thinking about your next step and what are you going to do in the new year, and how are you going to get in front of the people that are going to be good customers for you consistently and predictably so you can get those folks in the door. Um, and the question is, are you ready? Uh, because we can all continue to do the same things that we always do. And like Einstein said, or supposedly he said, is, we continue to do the same things expecting different results. And that's kind of the definition of insanity. So,
Yeah.
so
And I love that adage. I quote that many times, so that's
yeah, when we want different results, we have to make different decisions and we have to make different choices. So, what are we going to do differently for the holidays and for 2026 that's going to give us improved results?
yeah.
So, why most MSPs and IT service providers and B2B companies of all kinds struggle with leads. Typically, they have inconsistent lead flow, so they don't have systems for predictable lead generation and conversion because it's not just about getting the leads. What I see all the time with B2B companies is they've got, um, they're thinking about traffic to their website and they're thinking about just getting more leads. Like the focus is typically just on leads and getting more leads, getting more leads, getting more leads. I kind of call this the green tomatoes approach because they're not thinking about converting those leads because it's not about just getting more leads and if they don't just immediately convert, like tossing them in the trash and trying to get more leads. Because there's nothing wrong with those leads that maybe you just got. And so the reason I call it the green tomatoes effect is it's like planting a field full of tomatoes, or I don't know how you grow tomatoes, maybe it's like a garden, a garden of tomatoes. And those tomatoes start growing and they're green. And there's nothing wrong with those tomatoes. They're just not ripe yet. They're not ready to eat yet. So it would be kind of crazy to say, well, look at these green tomatoes. This is ridiculous. We need red tomatoes and just like tearing up the garden and tossing all of those tomato plants in the trash. That would be ridiculous because you know that if you give them some sunlight, you give them some water, you give them some love and nutrients, they're going to turn red.
Yeah.
So it's not just about generating leads, it's also about nurturing those leads until they're ready to buy and continuing to nurture them, follow them around a little bit until they're ready to buy.
Yeah. Hey, Laura, sorry to interrupt. I do have a hard stop at 12:30 in 12 minutes. Is there anyone else joining? If not, we can just, have a conversation for the next, 5-10 minutes if you like.
I mean, we can have a chat. I am actually live streaming, so uh,
Oh, okay.
but I'm happy to we can chat for a couple of
No,
minutes.
yeah, I think, or maybe we can set up another time. You can, if you're live streaming, please carry on, and I just, have a hard stop in 10 minutes. Then I just wanted to let you know.
Oh, no worries. Do you have a question or would you like
No, I
to?
think I was gonna ask, so I'm a, software AI tech startup, and everyone these days talk about AI. And I'm into software testing, which is very crowded. So
Mhm.
how do we get, above the noise, right? Many of the techniques I've been working through. So I just wanted to understand how is your approach different from what most marketing agencies or fractional CMOs that I've tried, I think how is it different?
Oh, yeah. So we're gonna get into this in a minute. But essentially the way that we're using AI is like what we just talked about is the green tomatoes. A lot of people, companies, they're focused on getting leads or getting traffic. They want traffic to their website, but then what happens? And so our approach is focused on not only getting people to the website, but actually being able to convert those leads into sales. And so there's a couple ways that we do that. We have what you call intent data and essentially site ID data. So once you get that traffic to the website, which we're able to do with AI powered SEO, we're also
Okay.
able to run Google Ads and AI powered Google Ads. And once we generate that traffic, we don't want, those people to be sort of like a flash in the pan. We want once that lead is generated, if they don't convert right now, what happens? Well, with our approach, what happens is with digital ads, if a lead is generated, it immediately gets followed up with an AI chat. So our AI chat, we call it speed to lead, immediately follows up with that person and books them into a call, answers their questions, um, tells them a
Okay.
little about the services, and gets them immediately booked into a call. If they don't book a call, the AI follows up with them after 1 hour, after 24 hours, maybe after 3 days. And so they're automatically followed up with, they're not just left to their own devices or to forget about you. Because what happens, we're all so busy in our lives and in our online lives that, we might be interested in something and say, oh, this looks really cool. And 5 minutes to 15 minutes later, we forgot we ever even looked at it. I
Oh,
mean, I don't know about you. Like, I've even had meetings before where I looked at my calendar and got a reminder, oh, you have a meeting in 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, I totally forgot I even had a meeting. And so we're so focused on what we're doing. We have busy lives, busy online environments. And so having that ability to immediately follow up, that immediacy really makes a difference. Um, and also the automated follow-up, because if you're waiting for a human to do the follow-up, again, because we as humans are busy, we need vacations, we need to go home in the evening, we have families, we have things going on. AI doesn't. AI just does its job over and over again, predictably, professionally, 24/7. The other
yeah.
thing that we do is with the site ID. So say you're driving traffic to your website, we can actually tell you who those people are who are landing on your website. We can send you their names, their email address, their phone number, even their actual physical address. We can find out attributes about them, like were they,
You find out which company they came from or which individual in the company came from.
we can, yeah.
Okay.
So I would say yeah, I mean, we can tell that. It may be a little less, uh, like we may get a little less of the business data just because people don't always put as much business data online about themselves as they do about their personal lives.
Yeah.
But yes, we can. Um, and so what you're able to do then with that data is you can send them ads, you can send them direct mails. You can even give them a call. Maybe don't say, "Hey, I saw you visited my site and I collected all your data." But but you can say, "Hey, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Monty, and this is what we do," knowing that that person is currently looking for what you do. You don't have to tell them that you know that they were just looking for it.
Right, right.
But
Yeah,
they're gonna
I
say in their
tried.
minds, "Wow, this is so serendipitous. I was just looking for that." So, yeah.
Hmm.
So, uh,
Please carry on. And I think, yeah, I did try some online services, but the results were they were able to de-anonymize, oh, I would say just, 20 or 30% of the traffic.
mhm.
So I think maybe there are more tricks to that, and I'm learning. Yeah, please carry on, Laura.
Okay. Yeah, so a lot of companies are still relying pretty heavily on referrals. They're relying on, sales teams. And you don't want your sales team to be doing the sort of lead generation part. You want them to be doing the lead management part. You want the lead to come in and you want the sales team to be there to respond and to nurture, that person, have a meeting with that person, that company, and be able to convert them into a sale. Um, when the salespeople are doing all the upfront lead generation, it just becomes a lot of effort on their part when you could be putting in place a system to do that for you. Okay. So here's our four-step AI powered lead engine. So as I was just sort of talking about, um, the AI powered SEO and chat AI. So we can run AI powered SEO, which is getting like 30% improved results over manual SEO methods. And why is that? Well, if anyone here has used AI, you know that it takes a lot of the manual effort out of things. So, although the human is still there to guide the strategy, they're not having to do all the little bitty grunt work, just like going in and adding an alt tag to every single image on the website. Well, the AI can suggest an alt tag and then we can deploy it. So you just get more SEO for the number of hours spent. So you're just getting more activity, which is really what you're paying for when you hire someone for SEO. I like to liken it kind of like going to the gym. If you go to the gym once a week, you're gonna get, your beach body is probably not gonna happen very fast. If you go to the gym every day, your beach body is gonna be like a month away. So, when we add AI to the process, you're gonna get that beach body a lot faster. You're gonna get those rankings a lot faster on search than you would with just regular manual or just going to the gym once a week.
Yeah.
When you pair that with a chat AI agent on the website, it just makes it more user friendly. So you can pull that person in, answer their questions, get them interested, and book them into a call directly from your website without them having to even interact with a human. Um, AI powered Google Ads also, again, just getting better results because instead of a human having to go in and optimize everything all the time, it's being done automatically, and then the human is guiding the process. So, just sort of, humans, we can't just constantly be like paying attention because we have other things going on, but AI can. So this is where we get improved results. Chat AI for speed to lead. So if you are running digital ads, as I kind of mentioned before, pairing that with what we call speed to lead or chat AI response, instead of that person just, lead is just going to get dumped into an inbox somewhere and then wait 3 days for somebody to remember to follow up, that lead, that person gets an immediate follow up, gets their questions answered, finds out a little information about your services, and gets booked into a call. If they don't book a call, they get automatically followed up with 1 hour later, 24 hours later, 3 days later. They don't just get forgotten about. And, what I hear, people used to say, or marketers like me, the word on the street used to be, well, it takes about like 7 touch points to convert a customer into, a lead into a customer or make a sale. Nowadays, like it takes maybe like 20 touch points because like I said, our lives are just so busy. It might take 10 touch points just to remember the fact that you were interested in that. So the more touch points we can have with that person, with that lead, the more likely we are to be able to convert them into a customer. So, and then the fourth item is the site ID and B2B intent data. And so, essentially, this is where we can actually identify who these people are with information that is ethically sourced and tied to their IP address, who that person is who's visiting your website. We can also find out people who are currently searching search terms that are similar, that are like important to your business. So um, if you implement Microsoft Azure for your customers and somebody goes to Google and searches Microsoft Azure consultant or implementation or something. Uh, all right. Thanks, Monty, for joining here. I look forward to talking with you soon.
Sure.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks. You too.
All right. Yeah, so we can actually identify the people who are both visiting your website and people who are currently searching for your services and give you the information on them so that you could run ads to them, you could send direct mail to them, you could call them. So you actually can have that data instead of just hoping that person, sees something on your website and converts, that, you're now sort of following them around the web. You can send them mail, you can call them, you can continue to market to them even after they leave. Okay. So the first step is to attract ready to buy visitors with SEO. So AI powered SEO delivers fast, scalable results. And, traditional SEO could take 6 to 12 months to start showing results. And as I mentioned before, that's just because it's kind of like going to the gym. Um, and with traditional SEO, it's a very manual process. Uh, maybe you're sort of only going to the gym once a week. Whereas with AI powered SEO, it just accelerates that timeline because for the number of hours spent, working on your SEO, you're just getting more done for the number of human hours. And so, we're able to analyze thousands of ranking factors, identify quick win opportunities, generate optimized content at scale, um, content that actually helps you rank not only in search engines, but now also in LLMs, the AI models. We can help you rank in the LLMs as well. So our approach combines smart content creation, comprehensive on-page optimization, and technical fixes that search engines love. And the AI doesn't replace human strategy, it amplifies it, allowing us to execute faster and more effectively. So, this is a skilled human using a tool. We're not just like setting your SEO on, some sort of AI bot and just leaving it run. Like, this is a tool that we're using as humans to be able to do a better job for you with your SEO. So one of our B2B clients saw extraordinary growth in just 12 months. They saw a 1,349% increase in organic keyword rankings on Google, a 456% increase in organic traffic to their website, and they had consistent month-over-month growth in qualified visitors. This really can produce incredible results for you. And so then the next step is to capture demand with AI Google Ads. So while SEO builds long-term organic growth, Google Ads lets you generate qualified leads instantly. So when someone searches managed IT services near me or cybersecurity provider, your ad appears at the exact moment they're looking for help. So AI enhanced ads outperform traditional campaigns. um, we use machine learning to optimize bids, audiences, ad copy in real time. So I don't know if you've ever heard of a funnel when it comes to marketing, but essentially we have, as humans, our buying behavior could be described as a funnel. So at the top, say you're offering your service at the top, you're going to have lots and lots and lots of people who could become aware that you offer that service. So the number of people in the awareness category could be like, say, 1,000 people are aware that you offer this service. um Maybe then only like 500 people actually visit your website. And then out of those people, I don't know, say only 200 people actually become a customer. So it's kind of like a funnel shape because, at the top, you've got like tons of people who know about what you do, or have some sort of interest in it. And as you tighten the tunnel, the sort of interest level and engagement level and the trust level increases. So, you need to have more trust and more engagement, more awareness, like the sort of tighter down into the funnel that you get. And so your ad strategy also has to reflect this, because somebody who is just becoming aware may have different interest than someone who is just about to convert. And so having those, like, so the difference could be, say you're selling surfboards, the difference could be at the top of the funnel is like, um, uh, surfing places to surf in California, and at the bottom of the funnel is Academy Sports surfboard prices, So at the top of the funnel, they're just looking for like where can people go surfing in California, which is a very broad search. At the bottom, they're actually looking for prices for a particular brand of surfboard, which means they are looking to buy it right now. So it's going to be a different setup of ads to hit those different categories of people who are in those different buying phases. So the AI helps us build that faster without having to spend like days and days and hours. It will suggest options for us and we can approve them. Um, or we can edit them instead of us having to do everything from scratch. Um, and then it will help us optimize them. So, we're just being able to optimize it a lot more often, a lot more effectively than a human does inherently on our own. So what we're seeing with this process is 6.8% improved click-through rate versus industry average is 5.9. So that just means for your money, you're getting more clicks. Conversion rate, we're seeing a 13.59% average conversion rate versus industry average is 10.32%, which means for your money, you're not only then getting more clicks, you're getting more conversions out of those clicks, and then you're getting a lower cost per lead, which means you're spending less. 15% lower cost per lead, that means you're spending 15% less per lead. So you're going to get more qualified leads, you're going to get more clicks, more conversions for your money. So this is just really incredible and exciting results. So the step 3 is speed to lead with AI chat. So we talked about this a little bit. Never miss a hot lead again. Instead of running ads, which then end up in somebody's inbox where they don't get followed up with for 3 days because somebody was on vacation or somebody was busy or whatever. As humans, we just can't be there 24/7. With speed to lead, chat AI, you never miss a hot lead. And you get that immediacy when someone is currently paying attention, they get responded to. Because, even they've shown that even an hour later, that person is gone. They are doing something else. They are not paying attention to you anymore. So if you can respond to them, answer their questions, tell them a little bit about your services, and book them into a call right away, immediately when you have their attention, your uh, conversion rates skyrocket. And this is incredible. It's incredible results what you can get with that immediacy factor because, like I was saying, even 15 minutes later, that person is no longer paying attention to you. And say they don't book into a call, you can get a follow-up uh, after an hour, after 24 hours, after a couple days. And then if they don't convert, you can add them to a long-term email nurture sequence or email and text nurture sequence so that you never have opportunities slipping through the cracks and no lead is wasted. You're not pulling out those green tomatoes and throwing them in the trash and starting over again. You are making the most of every single lead so that you always have a full pipeline, so that you always have a pool of people who are at any time there's somebody ready to raise their hand and say, hey, you know what? I think it's time for us to do business together. Okay. Step 4 is turning those anonymous visitors into leads. And this is with our site ID data. We have a tool called Zebra Signal, and Zebra Signal is able to identify the people who visit your website. So if you're spending money on SEO, you're spending money on ads, you're getting traffic to your website. You want to know who those people are who landed on your website. And then you want to continue to market to them. And you want to be everywhere that they are looking so that you can be visible. I mean, there's a reason that they put Coca-Colas in movies. And that reason is because the more we see something, the more we think we like it. Just as human beings, the more we see something, the more favorable our opinion is of it. So we think that when we see something all the time, it's sort of part of our realm, it's part of our lives. So they put Coca-Cola in a movie because it makes you feel like, oh, Coca-Cola is part of my life. Coca-Cola is something familiar. Coca-Cola is something I like to drink. Um, when in reality, I don't know, every time I see an ad for Coca-Cola, I'm like, oh, that looks really good. And then I drink a Coca-Cola and I'm like, ugh. You know, hopefully that's not the case with businesses, but we feel like we like it when we see it. And so the more that person who visited your website, if they continue to see ads from you, they get a direct mail from you, they get an email from you, and you're sort of everywhere, like they're gonna think, damn, like this company is really on the ball. Like these guys know what they're doing. These guys, they don't give up. They're just everywhere, and maybe I should check them out. Maybe it's time for us to have a call together. So this is really a way to make the most of your traffic. And what we're seeing as well is that it's able to lower the customer acquisition cost by like 30%. I'm hearing like 30 to 50% customer acquisition cost uh, lowering. I mean, how do I say that? So what we're seeing is we're able to lower the customer acquisition cost by like 30 to 50%. And so what's the reason for that is because instead of like just paying for ads and paying for SEO and someone coming to the website and then they leave and that's the end of the marketing journey for that lead, um, you're able to follow that person around. So them visiting your website means they were interested enough to come to your website. But maybe they just weren't quite ready to buy. They were a green tomato. Well, here we go. Site ID. We know who that person is. Now we're able to follow them, kind of follow them around the web. And now they're seeing you everywhere, and that lead converts. So you're not having to just plant more and more green tomatoes. You're turning those tomatoes red and you're harvesting them. So this is what Site ID is able to do for you. And this is why it's lowering customer acquisition costs. So the customer acquisition cost is how much it costs to acquire a new customer. And imagine if you were able to lower that cost, you will be able to just get more customers for the amount of money you're spending on marketing, which is incredible. And then we have the intent data, which is being able to identify people who are currently right now searching for the services that you offer, and then be able to market to those people, you know, knowing that they're looking for what you are doing currently. And so and you're just going to be more effective in marketing because you're not sending ads or you're not sending marketing to people who aren't really looking for what you do. These people are currently right now looking for what you do, and you're able to identify them and market to them. So the results you can expect. These aren't theoretical results. This is actually what our clients are achieving when they implement this 4-step system. And your specific results will vary based on your market, your competition, your execution, but these benchmarks show what's possible. SEO performance, we're seeing, companies with 1,349% increase in organic keyword rankings. 456% increase in organic traffic, delivered qualified visitors consistently so that you can get sustainable growth that compounds month over month. And then the AI ads, we're getting improvements of 6.8% click-through rate over industry average of 5.9%, 13.59%, conversion rates over industry average of 10.32%. So just lowering your cost per lead and getting higher quality prospects. And then, pairing that with speed to lead, which is going to even blow your conversion rates out of the water. So then, you're going to get a higher ROI, more bang for your buck. You're going to get more results, more customers converted for the amount of money that you're spending on marketing. And, I'm sure that's appealing to all of us, especially in the current economic environment, is we want more ROI. We want more customers for the amount of money that we're spending on marketing. So, when you pair ads or SEO with chat AI, you get that instant follow-up, instant engagement. Conversion rates increase dramatically. When you're able to identify the people who actually come to your website and continue to market to them, you get that nurturing effect where you're able to turn the green tomatoes red. And you're able to not just get traffic to the website, but get traffic to the website and convert the traffic, convert the leads into paying customers, which lowers your customer acquisition cost. So you're getting more new customers for less marketing spend, which is incredible. So, what we're able to do now is just really exciting. Okay, so if you're ready to feast on leads this Thanksgiving season, book a free growth call. Uh, we have a double your sales discovery call, and that's at zebra.live/book a call. And, you'll go to a page that looks like this and just be able to book yourself in. And we can hop on a call together and we can talk about your business, your data, your leads, your goals, and we can put together a plan for quick wins for you that can be delivered immediately, give you immediate results so that you can grow your business predictably and sustainably, uh, month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year. So I'm looking forward to hopping on a call with you. If you're watching on the live stream, please like, share, I'll drop a comment. If you have any questions, drop your questions in the comments and just let me know. I will be back to check and answer comments and questions. And I look forward to engaging with you on LinkedIn or Facebook or wherever you may be watching from, YouTube. These are really exciting times. It is time to feast on leads. It is time to have a predictable system for your business so that you can generate more leads uh, for the money that you're spending on marketing so you can experience the hockey stick growth in your business and also have that sort of predictability where you can go on your Thanksgiving holiday and not be worrying about whether the leads are coming in, whether you're going to have enough booked sales appointments, whether you're going to have sales coming in and meet your revenue goals for 2025 and 2026 and beyond. So I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you get to spend time with your family, take time for yourself, feast on some leads, feast on some turkey, and we will see you next time. I'm planning to go live here on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. CST. So please come back and join me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and I'll see you soon. Bye.